I don't care what others think about my dog training skills. I don't care what others think about my dog training.
Spīgana, Mio, Lamora. Together we are Team Ginger, and on this channel we are all about active life with dogs. Plan for today. First, run agility. Second, don't die from anxiety. Third, go to the sea. Spend night in the car. Wake up for the sunrise. Go to the seaside and just enjoy myself. Also, not getting corona would be really nice. This competition is basically a wild card. I really don't know what to expect from today because the last competition that we ran was in March. That was 4 months ago. And this is the first competition we're running in pandemic. For the past 4 months, I've been working my arse off for two main goals. One is our mental state, more like my mental state than Mio's. And for Mio, the main thing that I was working on was obstacle skills. So I really want to reduce the refusals, and I think that most refusals came in combination from my stress and Mio's obstacle skills, which weren't as great as I would like. Also, it's super hot. I haven't run yet. I'm already winded and I'm already red and I'm already hot. Oh my god. Lessen my anxiety, I'm building all sorts of rituals around agility, and there are even some like arbitrary things, like I always wear the same clothes for the competition. I take the same food for the competition. I take the same bag. My dogs have the same leash. Of course, I make sure that those rituals that I'm building aren't superstitious, so I don't need to have my special bracelet for luck. And the more I'm layering those things that I know I have to do, the more I realize that with each thing that I do, I'm actually getting less anxious. Like this morning, I woke with a terrible anxiety. Like my heart was beating, my chest was really constricted. I couldn't, I felt terrible. I felt really, really terrible. And I felt quite upset because I thought, well, I'm prepared, but I'm anxious. But then I started going through the morning routine. Like, I have to make the broth. Okay, I've made it. And I'm already feeling a little bit better. Next, I have to braid my hair. Oh, I have braided my hair and now I look somewhat like I'm ready for the competition. Next, I'm getting dressed and I'm making my smoothie and I'm putting the last things in the car. So I had done all those things. I felt really well prepared, and while I was driving to here, I actually realized that I'm in a way better mental state than usually for the competitions, and I already felt like I'm already one step above as I was previously for the competitions, and I already felt like okay, we can do this. This is really good, and those 4 months of me working on my mental state has really helped me. It's just freaking amazing. Yes! Nice! Clean run. This was our first run for the 4 months and it went amazing! Mia was so great, and even when I was slow and she was almost going for a mistake, I got her back. Like, oh my god! This is the most amazing thing ever. The feeling is just, divine. In order to fight anxiety, it really helps to put your mind to doing something completely else, like I just hit my mind out of the whole scene. We're doing this competition in a sort of a public setting, and so there is a guy who is providing commentary, but obviously like he doesn't know what agility is, and he was actually doing a really good job for a man who doesn't know what's going on. But I just couldn't listen to all the things he said. He didn't say anything like incredibly stupid. Like you just know that the person doesn't know what he's talking about. And so I went up to him and asked, like, do you need some help with the commentary? And so while I'm not running, I'm actually just providing some little bit of commentary and telling people who have come here to just what's going on, what's agility, and what's this stuff that we're doing. The whole corona and pandemic thing is of course adding an extra anxiety to this whole thing. But also, let's make this very clear that in Latvia we have very, very good numbers. So we're allowed to go out, and with some safety measures we can compete. So even though it is scary and the whole pandemic thing is still very much getting on my nerves, it's not like I'm being reckless by being here. Very happy. I'm happy that there weren't any like the type of glitches where Mio would freeze, or where she would just like run past the barrier and then wouldn't come back or something. Yeah, sure, the refusals and oh my god, the views. Don't know what happened there. Have to check video. Still very, very happy. To avoid any extra stress in the competition morning, I also packed my bags the day before, so everything is already packed. I have my clothes set out. I have found absolutely everything that I will need for the day, and if I need to use something in the morning, I just put it in a separate place so that I can use it and then put in the bag. When I'm anxious, it gets really hard to eat, but of course when you're doing something as strenuous as agility competition, you need to eat. So I have a few tricks that I use. And my biggest actually life hack for this is that I use food that my brain doesn't really register as food. Like for breakfast I drank a green smoothie. Cheers! And now for lunch I have a broth with vegetables and spinach. It's just very easy to finish your course. Well, you want to drink, you get your broth, and you're also getting your food. Okay, I'm guessing we're really tired. I had a very interesting handling plan, and then I was running and I realized You know, too tired, not gonna happen. But well, somehow we plowed through the course and it really wasn't bad. And I'm generally really happy with today. I'm very happy that Mia did weaves with the first attempt. No, absolutely no problems. I realized that the dog walk is actually a bigger problem than I assumed in the training. That's good to know. And in general, I don't know, I'm just really happy about today. And I'm really happy that today is not ending yet. And that we are going on adventure. And that we are going to the seaside. And we'll rest and we'll walk. And Mia will get a nice swim. And everything will be amazing. Everything is amazing. I freaking love this. I'd say that this competition is a really good proof for my theory, my working theory, that the idea that you need to go to more competitions to get yourself acclimatized to the stress and that way you can get calmer, it's not exactly true, or at least it doesn't work for everyone, because when I was doing that I was just getting more and more stressed, and I'm building on stress from the previous competitions, and it's almost like I didn't have enough time to pull myself together to actually start working on the issues. Because right now I have been working on my mental issues for 4 months, and I have been working on the practical issues that were also slightly causing the mental issues for those 4 months, and the results are way better than what I had when I kept going to the competition twice every month. This is something that I should keep in mind for future. Like, I don't think I'll be doing such elongated pauses anymore on my own accord, but with being forced to take this long pause from competition, it has actually been really good for me, and not because on the pause itself, but just because I finally got my chance to really work on the things that I needed to do. So just because someone is forced to take the pause doesn't mean that they'll come back better. The pause is not the thing that's helping. What I did for myself and for Mia is helping. Plot twist. I'm ready to go to our adventure and go find some place where to park my car, where I could camp. And then the competition organizers saw that I was going away and they asked me to stay. They were really vague about why, but they told me that I should stay till the end, and that there are some special prize for me maybe involved. I don't know, let's see. So apparently the organizers of today have very good taste, and so we got a special cup, and it's a organizer sympathy cup, like a special prize, and they told me it's because we look so pretty. No, it's mostly every single detail is thought out, and maybe a little bit for the fact that I were doing the commentary for the competition. And yeah, they mostly told me, oh, it's so nice to look at you. And it might sound silly to they give you a prize for being pretty, but that's not really it, and I really appreciate it. That's very nice. I like nice shiny cups. This seems like I have stumbled upon a place that the locals know, and that's really interesting. So right now I'm going to seaside with Mia. We'll do a little bit of walking, a little bit of hiking, and then I'll go back to the parking spot. I'll check if the area codes have left, and if they have, I'll definitely stay here. If they have not, I don't know. Let's see on the situation, because we'll be losing light really quickly. It's already basically sunset. I think we have left about 2 hours of light or something, and in the forest it will get dark even sooner. So I would prefer to have my parking spot right now and not to look for something else. But I also would prefer not to share it with anyone. has been swimming for so long that I'm considering that I need to start checking on her if she will need some saving. Yeah, life with terrier is always so much fun. So I have already decided that I can really quickly just drop my bag and drop my skirts and go into the water, which is really cold. I'm fairly sure she'll just come out and it will be fine. And then I'll try to go back like more over the shore. But, terriers. Of course, Mio came back exactly at the moment when I had finished filming the previous piece about how I'm thinking that, oh my god, do I need to go save her? So that turned out really nicely. Now she's like the best behaved dog ever. She's taking treats from me. She's not really going anywhere far. Here she is. And so yeah, right now I'm really enjoying myself. The funny thing is, we disturbed a pair of nudists, and I'm really sad that they felt like a need to cover up, because, oh god, stupid society, what are you doing with people? And also it was really stupid that, well, because me I was swimming, I was walking really slowly, because, well, obviously she's swimming slower than I'm walking, and so yeah, it like disturbed their evening for quite some time. But like, I don't really feel guilty, it's just, it's sad. When I came up with this plan for camping in the car and going to the seaside and all that, there are two reasons. The main reason was that I'm that sort of person who needs to spend some time alone, and with the pandemic it hasn't happened that much. The second reason is again connected with the whole anxiety thing. I had this idea that if I build up a larger event around the agility competition, that if I'm not going away only for the agility competition, if I'm doing something else and if something else needs planning, I won't be so anxious about running. And I was 100% right. It totally worked. Because like even yesterday at home, I was packing my things and I was mostly thinking not about the agility part, but I was doing my research for where can I stay, and I was marking on Google Maps several roads that I could explore. And I'm also starting to think that I'll maybe make those agility car camping trips a yearly tradition. Last year I did it in Tartu and it was amazing experience. I find it quite funny that lots of people keep asking me, oh, well, aren't you afraid to just stay alone in your car? And no, I'm not, absolutely. But at some point, like, so many people kept asking me that, but at some point I caught my brain on like, oh, but maybe we should be worried about that. Like, think about it rationally. What are the practical bad things that might happen to me? And I can't really come up with any super bad things because I'm in my car is locked, nobody can open it from the outside. I have my car keys on me. I can easily climb in the driver's seat, start my car and drive away. I have also parked in a way that I don't have like to turn around or anything, I just can simply go out. I haven't left any of my stuff outside, and just, I don't know. Yes, I understand there are places and situations and stuff that's not safe, but this is not one of them. Yes, there might be some really bad cases, I don't know, some creep comes and slashes my tires. Yeah, that would be bad. But other than that, like, I can go away at any moment, and that's the beauty of this whole situation. And also I have my perfect little watchdog. I definitely don't want her to protect me, that thought just gives me shivers, but she will alert me to anything that's happening around. I'll try to wake up tomorrow for the sunrise. I don't really know if we'll go out because we're on the west shore, so the morning light won't be as nice on this side. The beach will be actually in the shadow, so I don't know if it's really worth waking up so early, but I'll try and I'll wake up. I'll just check what it looks like. If it's really beautiful, we'll go for a hike. If not, we'll just go back to sleep. I woke up this morning in time for the sunrise, but everything was really grey, and I decided that it's really not worth just waking up, and so I decided to sleep in. And right now it's a very late morning. It will be getting hot in the car soon, so we're getting up. We'll go for a walk and then we'll come back, have breakfast. I'm just using my phone as my mirror. I don't think we'll walk for much. First off, I should have taken my hat. I'm getting hot. Second, Mia is again really set to the water. This time I got her out a bit quicker, but she was like making other people afraid. There are again too many people for my taste. And like people were really worried. They asked me like, should we go in and save your dog? Like, why aren't you doing like anything? Like, they didn't ask me why I'm not doing anything. They're really kind. But like, oh, Mia. The walk today was very short endeavor. We were out there less than half an hour, but that's completely fine. That's enough for us today. I'd like to make this day longer, but I don't know, it's too hot for me, and so I'm thinking that actually let's go home. I'll have my breakfast while on the way. And we will have one more stop because on our agenda for today is yet to make a beautiful Instagram photo of Mia with that pretty cup.